So here it is, chat. We're gonna be doing some art attack today. You're a 5020 on CPU, you died on Umu and twice in Petra, so a lot of times in for next time. Yeah, you're looking at the bright side. That's fantastic. You can grow a nice mustache though, I think, if that's okay to say. It is okay to say, of course. You love your beard? Tilda, you don't have a beard. Maybe that's what you mean. If you get rid of your beard, you turn into a teen again, and I don't like it. Yeah, if I get a haircut and I get rid of my beard, I also look, well, not like a teenager because I'm way past that, but I do look younger, so that's the thing. Hey Sumi, what is up? Welcome in. Hey Lee, hello. How are you? Welcome back. Still the beard emote. So yeah, so today we're gonna do a bunch of art. Maybe not a bunch, but a little bit of it. Let me check something. You can't wait for God of War Ragnarok? That's gonna be sick. So these are most of the sketches for stuff, right? That we have, like, I usually just watch Twitch and I start like drawing depending on like commissions or whatever that I have. So there is one that I want to work on that is fairly simple, which is this one right here. Oh, let me see if it's too white. Maybe it's too white. Yeah, unfortunate. Oh, we'll work on that one. Oh, Spoopy, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you, Spoopy. Yeah, I think it's just way too bright. Krita is great. I love Krita because it's open source, so that's why I love it. Let me see if I can get rid of this and you can see it now. So there is this that I'm planning for the future, but this is a commission that I haven't been commissioned to. I was just sketching for this sneaky boy. So that was I was like so that I was commissioning, like, but the one that I want to work on is actually this one. I want to work on our own blind emote, so it will be this one right here. Hey Mike, I know, right? There's an animation that I'm working on, but that is something a little bit different. These are the sketches for the Street Fighter thing that we did before. So we'll see what we're gonna be working on. And Mike is super lost with these things. Last week he was coming like an hour earlier just to ask for the stream. But yeah. So yeah, Spoopy Naps, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thank you so much for the gift sub to Hallie. Thank you. So yeah, today we're basically doing some art because I just want to have a comfy stream today. I didn't feel like speedrunning today. So, and I need to check a bunch of stuff on Sekiro before I can start even streaming, speedrunning, because there's so much technicalities for it. Can you give me a challenge? You can try. Give me a challenge. Tell me about it. So Chad, what do you want to see? What do you want to see today? Maybe we can work on something. But yeah, so since I haven't had one of these streams in a while, and we have like new people in the stream as well, I'm gonna go and explain some of the things that we do. In case you're interested, guys, we can do that. Yeah, you can try it. It doesn't mean that I will go for it. I have my character, but I don't know how to make the body. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you for the gifts up to infinity. Thank you so much. What is your character about? So yeah, we use Krita because it's open source. So I always encourage people here on the stream to go for it as well and do their own emotes and stuff like that. We have had some success on that. Hypo Junkie has made his own emotes thanks to this like streams. I'm very proud of that. I'm very, very proud of this. Yeah, open source stuff is 10 out of 10. You can also do animations in Krita. It's frame by frame, and they also have like some curve management. It's very simple, but it works. So yeah, most of the emotes, the animated emotes of the channel are made frame by frame. I that's how I like doing the stuff. My God, what is this? Ainsley.
Okay, too derp.
Thank you, Ree, and thank you, Ainsley. Thank you for the what is this? The 14. Jesus Christ. You can't send me your thing? Well, that's good, I guess. I mean, yeah. So anyways, we're gonna start with some, I don't know, some simple emote, I guess. And I'd like to work in something between 600 and 800 pixels for the emotes. It's enough for an emote, and it's pretty much a good resolution when you just scale it down. So 600, 800, you can pick the one you prefer. It's still good. I usually go over 300 resolution because some of the things go for merch, but you can work with less than this. 100, 200, that's okay. If you're just practicing, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, we go in a square of 600 by 600. My background is this color because it's the best contrast for me to see my pen because of the color blindness. So I keep this background, and then we have some layers on the right side which are transparent, so we can draw on them without affecting pretty much anything. So you can do stuff, for instance, stuff like this, right? You just and you don't like what you see, you can either disable it or you can just delete it completely without affecting the background, right? So that's the idea. Good to make some rest, dude. Good luck with your emote. Hey, all right. Thank you so much. DangilBlind, yeah. All the rods and cones. So I previously I mean, we could go from 0, I guess, and we can try and make the DangilBlind like from like the sketch thingy. It should work, but I already have something that I want to do, and I already sketched the whole thing. So that'll be a little bit more simple, I think. It is right here. So this is a simple picture. And then maybe we can use this one as the emote. What do you guys say? Do you like it? I think it's okay. And the emote is done. Thank you, everybody. It good? I think it will be nice. I think it will be nice. Lovely? Yeah, I think it will be nice. If we work on that one for today. So, like I always say, you have two options. We have done both in the channel before. Jesus. And one is to either make the emote from scratch. You sketch here, and then you do it on top, and you just trace it. Or if I work something in advance on paper, I'll just like take a picture of it and we'll trace it. Some changes happen during the tracing as well. It's not exactly the same, but yeah. You're gonna use the heck out of this one, and you decide where to start. I would say I use all the basic brushes that come with Krita, just in case you are interested. They are basic brushes. I use the basic 5 size heavily for lines that I don't want to have like the same thickness. So this brush is it reacts by pressure. So the harder I press the pen on my tablet, like the thicker it goes. And I use the basic one for lines that I want to keep the same width. Usually the lines will be, if it's an internal line, like let's say the mouth, for instance. If it's just the mouth, I usually go with something around the 6 pixels, right? I'm doing this with my mouse, but this is like some pixels. 6 pixels.
Pout gentle reminder that operation and boarding of scam trains are both prohibited until further notice. Dangil Pout.
Thank you, Spot. Thank you for the 100. And for the outer lines, I go with the 10 more or less. It depends on the thickness. If you want to create some contrast between the character and your background, then you use something like a 10, and it's gonna be readable in both dark and light Twitch, which is something for psychopaths, but you know, some of them exist. What you do is you sketch on paper, take a picture of it, and then you use the picture on Krita. It sounds like a lot of work, but you used to it that way. You have a scanner. Oh yeah, no, I did the same. I just took a picture with my cell phone of this. It doesn't really matter because I'm not interested in the quality of this picture. I just want the lines, the general lines, and I just import that. Like I just, you know, I send myself a message with the picture and I just copy paste here and I work on it. So yeah. Hey Luna, hello, hello. Aishli, hello. I'm in full artist mode. I wish. Guys, you give me too much credit. But yeah, Spot, how are you? It's good to see you, friend. Your method was okay? Yeah, it's one of the ones that I recommend people do, and particularly at the beginning. If you feel like sketching from the start is way too difficult, like you feel like maybe it's too hard for you to, I don't know, like you don't work that way, or it's difficult for you to sketch something, then I would say, yeah, definitely start with a picture already done. If not, then sketching is a good idea. You can sketch here as well. And then you can start your own version. Like I know, for instance, the proportions of the knight very well. But if you want to do something simple like the knight, something that works very well is like trying to do something like a square, right? Or like a little rectangle. And for the general purpose of the knight, this works very well as the head, right? Because from here, all you have to do is it's kind of curve a little bit and give it a little bit of personality. Now our mascot has changed significantly over time. It's not as similar as the Hollow Knight as it used to be at the beginning, but that's okay. That's something I wanted. And this is just as a sketch. That will help you. Like having rough shapes is always the solution. The rough shapes will transform into whatever you want if you know where to go, right? If you know how to start. So the eyes could be something like the normal eyes of the knight would be here, right? Our knight has bigger eyes and located a little bit more up. So if he's gonna be blind, then we're gonna make him use like a something like this, and then it's probably gonna be something like this. And again, don't be afraid of the sketch, right? The sketch is just that. It's just a sketch. You can always start again, and it's not going to be a problem. If you want, you can add something, right? Yeah, a sketch is just a sketch. Never worry too much for your sketch, in the sense that your sketch is not your finished product. So do not worry too much about it, right? Yeah, don't be afraid. Just go wild with the sketch. And that is your general, like, you go with general shapes. Like these, originally, like this here and here are just lines. You don't need them to be very, very complicated, right? And then the body of the knight, for the mascot of this channel, is a little bit chubby, because the regular knight will be thin. He is something like this. But the one of these channels is a little bit chubbier, so he goes like this, right? A little bit thicker. And his arms are detached, so you don't need to worry again too much about his arms. Like his arms are just detached. So something like his hands, something like this, and then they come from his body, right? He's trying to find his way. And then you have it. This is your sketch. This is like the boss, the creepy boss baby in Plasmos right now. Spot art tip: sketch fantasy character in margins of notebook. Total panic attack when middle school classmate creeps over your shoulder and asks about it. Yeah. I figured you were out of middle school right now. That you were wrong. Right? And let's say that you want this. Like, this is the one you like. And you say, like, okay, I'd like this sketch. I think I can work with it. So what I would recommend is in this... oh, the Exposito the baby? No! So in this case, what I would recommend you do, since you already drew this on the paint layer, just come here to the opacity, reduce the opacity, and then go to a new layer, change your color for black, which is what you're going to be working on, and then you can start tracing, right? And then you can work on the whole tracing, and you can keep the lines. The idea is obviously not to leave anything like shaky. You don't want shaky lines, so you're gonna have to redo lines all the time, but that's okay. And it's just a lot of practice with the pencil until you get very comfortable with it. And that's about it. That's about it for like the general purpose of going from shaky lines. So if you try to do, let's say this line here, and you try to go very slowly, your lines are probably gonna be something like this, and they're gonna jump, they're gonna move, they're gonna be shaky. If you try to do many lines at once, your lines are gonna be hairy. So something like, because you wanna go, so that's a hairy line. So if you wanna do here, for instance, and you go like, do one part and then do the other, and then you try to match all those lines, then your line is hairy now. And if you try to do it at once, but you're going too slow and not confident enough, then your line is gonna be something like that, which is already very shaky, right? So the idea is just try to do one line. Remember, you can delete the thing as many times as you want. And you can Control Z, try again, Control Z, try again, until you get more and more and more and more confident. Right? But again, this is just practice. There's nothing more than practice, right? Nothing more than that. But we already have a sketch, so we're gonna be working on this one. I like his expression because he's kind of like looking up. So I like this one, so maybe we can work on this one for sure. Your link was vomit, Cesar. I didn't see the link. What was it? For the Exposito? Scam Train keeps switching your sweet blue cheer badge. Damn it. They're giving you a golden one? Are you a conductor now? You're envious of visual artists sometimes with stuff like this? I mean, it's just practice. I feel like it's a little bit less like in music. In music, you need people that are like much more talented. And the study of it goes so much deeper, I feel like, too. Because what I do, that's why I don't consider myself an artist. What I do is just emotes, and they are not that complicated, right? I'm not a full-fledged artist by any means, so yeah. Isn't there an option on Krita that prevents your lines from looking all shaky? Yes, that's a good question, Naps. So you have your pen, right? And you have your brush selected. Hey, Fried Rice, hello. You need a version of Pout for work email. Yeah, we're gonna work on that. And you got your brush selected. And if you see up here, one of the dockers that I have is called Tool Options. You can add more dockers from Settings, Dockers, and then from here. You can select which ones you want. Tool Options is the one I have. I have it under my colors. And if you have selected your brush, as you can see here on the left, then you will see the tool options. Now, normally I have it in weighted because I use the pressure of the pen. But if you want a little bit of help, which I do sometimes, you go to Stabilizer. Now, the Stabilizer is a tool that Krita has to create a margin of error in which you can move the pen without moving it. So it will prevent the shaky lines, and it will give you some, you see? You're lagged, basically. It gives you a little bit of lag on your lines, which will help you prevent the shaky lines. So you can start up there, and you can go, since you have already certain lag, then the line will be like super well done there. But yeah, that was a good question, Nabs. Time to output too, like this stuff you can visualize what you want and just do it. Music is 95% is like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and you work it like in very small beats and pieces, and it's like I still can't see the whole thing happening. I don't know what I want, but I know it's not this. Yeah. Hey Jaja, hello. You couldn't resist it, Ree? No, that was a cool, that's a cool filter. That's one of my favorites, I think, or my favorite, the VHS one for sure. we're not suggesting that paint is not the standard. Let me see. Let me see paint. Can we do something in paint? I wonder. Let me see. I mean, we could, I guess. What brushes do we have? We have a number of brushes. Oh, you have some. This is some artsy shit, man. I never checked. Never checked this before. But you know what? Not too bad. It's just that I can't move my screen. I can't. Hey, Noodle. No games today? Well, I don't know yet. Maybe later. Who knows? But let me see. What can we do in paint? Spud. You were wrong. Industry standard right here, as you can see. Sarah, hello, how are you? The MT ideas that can give you feedback and destroy you on a personal level. Can you give me that chance? How are you, Noodle? Snoopy. Good to see you, Noodle. I don't know, like, we decided art today because I was kinda not in the mood to speedrun, and in order to start the Sekiro speedrun, I need to get some more information on how the run goes and which version I need. So I was like, what do I do? And he was like, let's do something cozy. So we thought about like making an emote or something like that, and yeah. I was struggling with motivation today, Noodle, earlier today. But I'm happy to be here. We're having a comfy time. Yes, a blind emote. Oh, really, Spud? Jesus. Industry standard, I'm telling you. Guys, what do you think we should work on after the blind emote? Let me see how thick this is. This is fairly thick. This is good. Dangil, chill. How would that one be? It's gonna be a tough line to make. It's way too big. I'm not so sure about this line yet. Not so sure about that line. I think I kind of want a lower. Kind of want a lower line. Nope, don't like it. Maybe that one was okay-ish. That one is too shaky. This one is okay-ish. Yeah, I like this one. Do we have a derp? We don't have a derp emote. Sigma balls. So with emotes, one of the things that happen is that you don't want a bunch of detail. That's not something you want. Because if you get a lot of detail, it's gonna get lost. Right? All the detail that you put in your emote, it's probably gonna get lost. So try not to do that. Try not to look for all the details like, oh my, I want this thing that is like super cool. And like, yeah, no, not for an emote, not necessarily. It's just for an iPad with a Chad jawline. A Dangil derp sounds cool, yeah. Oh, with our boy Quirrell. I like that. I like that suggestion. Yes, this makes much more sense, this line, than the one that I had before. So let's work on this one. Don't know about that. Maybe something like this makes more sense. No. That one's okay. Ooh, Taste is an expert on Link's Awakening, right? Taste made some music for the game. Once again, you don't want a lot of detail. Detail will get lost. All you want to do is just try to communicate as much as you can with as little as you can. Dangil Dad is Dangil Dad is on its way, yeah. Dangil Padre, yes. Yeah, that one looks fantastic. I like that line a lot. But not this one, because it goes under the thing. So something like this, just to close the head. I think it would work fine. Yeah. Then we can get rid of this line. And look at this. A self-portrait that captures my cute ankle tattoo, 28 by 20. Yeah, sometimes you do get some people that want to see, and I get it. You want to see your mascot. You want to see some stuff that is like really detailed, and I get that. What I can't is make it. I get it, I can't make it. I mean, I can make it, but the problem is like, you're not gonna see it, and then when you don't see it, you're gonna say something like, I don't like my emote, or nobody uses it, or, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, I mean, the problem is not the emote there. The problem is what you were asking for. Like, the problem is what you wanted that emote to do. It was too much, right? The line underneath doesn't really matter too much because this is gonna go under the hand anyways. But if we decide to animate at some point, it's a better idea to just have the complete face, I would say. That will help a lot, right? Because if we decide to animate this boy at some point, it's gonna be just much better. Now this line I don't like anymore. It's way too far off, which changes this line too. I want something more like this. There you go. It looks cute. Looks very cute. What a cute boy. What is it? Dangil Chad would be an upside down. Yeah, Dangil Dad would be just about upside down. Yeah. Underhanded drawing techniques. Shouldn't you draw the head before the scarf around the eyes? I should, but the scarf is never gonna move. So normally, if you're gonna add details to your character, if you're gonna do let's say that it's a hat or is something like that that you might move in animation, then yes, you want to do a separate layer for it. You want to do a separate object. In this case, I'm not gonna make it a separate object because even if I animate this emote, the blindfold will never move. Like, he's already blindfolded. It's not like the blindfold is gonna fall or something. It's not. So I don't need to do it separately in this case. You love Dangil Clown? Dangil Clown is really good. We also did it together here in the stream. That was a fun day, for sure. Oh, you're following the tutorial with paper and pencil? That's so cool, Ree. The scarf around the stair. So that's why I don't make a different layer for this one. Tilders. Also, our mascot, for instance, doesn't have the same Hollow Knight like horns. The Hollow Knight horns are something like this. Like, they're very, you know, pointy. Ours doesn't have that. Ours has like a little heart kind of shape that we do for him. And that is part of his design. heart is, yes, it's cuter. There you go. Now we have to kind of angle this in a way that makes sense. Better perspective. So that makes sense. Join the hell has for proportions and the shape and it in general, but maybe you did it on your paper sketch, so no need here. Oh, you mean yes. So the sketch, yeah, the sketch under, look, you can see the lines here of how the head was originally. So I had the head first, and then I did the blindfold thing. Yeah. Nice music. Hey, what's up, Irony? And then same thing, little heart. Maybe that's too big. That's perfect. There you go. So you got the head already. So what I would recommend you do, if you're working on something like Krita or something like Photoshop or whatever, you're gonna have your layers, right? I would recommend you to rename your layers every time, so you know exactly what you're working on at all times. In Krita, all you have to do is click on it and then click again. And then you can change the name. I'm gonna go head lines because it's not the color, it's just the lines. So now you can remove the entire thing, right? Do I have the Grub plushie? I don't have any plushies, and I am kind of sad about it because I want a couple. What I want particularly is the Wiggle plushie. If we could make Dangil Wiggle a plushie, I would be fucking, yeah, I'll lose my mind. You think Riot is underused? I like Riot a lot. Riot was one of the first things I animated, and I did a terrible job with it. Riot can be done much better nowadays. You can see the difference between my animation skills between something like Dangil Riot and something like Dangil Chat or Wiggle, which has a lot of pieces that are animated frame by frame, right? I haven't told, yeah, I don't have the music on for some reason. Yeah, there you go. That's the music that is playing right now. Yeah, it looks like a Funko Pop, right? Very much like a Funko Pop. You would get one? Did you modify the jam? Yes, because the jam was bothering me. I did jam at a moment when I was trying to learn frame-by-frame animation as well. And it was very heavy for me to understand what was happening. So what I did on the animation is like, it wasn't in sets of 3 because there are 3 musical notes. So I was like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But that's a fucking valse. So I hated that he was jamming to a valse. And I was like, I need to change this. So I was like, okay, I'm going to change it to something like, you know, something like this, which is just a rotation that is... Valses are great. Yeah, valses are great. Now this one is like, you know, it's a little bit bopping there, but yeah. You didn't make the valse connection? It's just that it was in 3s, and I was like, why are you in 3s? You know? I know she's highly technical and should be attempted by no one, yeah. Gulgren. What's a Gulgren? Now he's grooving. Package, did you buy it? Oh, nice! You tried them out. You shook your head like a madman with them, and they did enough. Yeah, they're really good. Turn your head and look. I am. Oh wait. Oh, that's such a weird color, Mike. I don't know if that is green or yellow. It's super weird. Like I wish cameras would just get it, but they really don't. Particularly because OBS works in partial range, not in full range, but yeah. Because it's a Gulgren. Okay, goddammit. It's Gulgren. Alright, so now we're gonna go for the body. Now the body, the layers on these programs, the way they work is, think about onions, and you have like the layers of it. Think of Shrek. And this is what happens. So you want the body, so the body has to go under the head, right? Because you're just stacking paper on each other, right? Like transparent paper, but paper nonetheless. Like actual jade and not fake green jade. Oh, yeah, it's super intense in person, really. Can the mugs be washed in a dishwasher? Yes, they can. Yes, they can, horses. Absolutely. Can have mine here, and I think I'm gonna be ordering soon one of those bottles that are like metallic. I want one of those because I think it has also like a straw thingy. I want one of those. But I'm thinking of which design I want to put in it. We'll see. So anyways, we're gonna go for body. So the first thing that we can do if we want is just rename your layers. Keep it organized, chat. We'll go with body lines. If you keep your work organized, is much better for you down the line, particularly if at some point you want to animate your emotes or you want to do something with them that involves moving parts, right? You're gonna get a waifu cup. Which one is the waifu though? Let me go to emotes. We're gonna create a new folder here, and this is gonna be, these are all of our emotes, by the way. This is gonna be, what's the name of this one? Dangil, shit. Where's my new folder? DangilBlind, right? Wait. You struggle so much with the organization? Yeah, that's why it's a good idea to do it from the beginning, and you get used to it. It becomes a habit, right? Drink from a 2.5 liter jug. If I could, I would. I have no space, I think. You get a Shy Lily waifu cup still? A waifu, hey? Yeah, no, we have a shit ton of emotes, as you can see. Let me just show you some. These are the ones for the Discord that I also work on, including Dangil Chacha. Dangil Chacha is here. Some of them I need to convert in order to put... This is Mike's jam as well, and the Poggies. Noodle arms could never live that much water. Yeah, the peach. That was for the reward that we have of the Butspot word, I think. And so yeah, we have all of these emotes as well. The badges, the one for VIPs and whatnot, and the animations too. I think we can check on... Look at this one, for instance. This is Dangil Chat. And this is the animation of Dangil Chat. Let me move out of the way. Down there, you can see the animation for Dangil's Chat. That's the entire animation cycle. So his body moves, his eyes move, the mouth, both arms independently, the keyboard. So yeah, this takes a little bit of work. Yeah. It does take a little bit of work. The blocks at the bottom are the keyframes that I use. So for instance, on this particular one, right? You have here left arm, right arm, the paint layer. This is, I believe this is the... Yeah, this is the shadows for the arms on the keyboard, because it also has that. No, so this is Krita. It's an open source. I recommend this one because it's open source, so anyone can try it. You can just download it and start trying. So that's why I use it too. And I recommend this to people. I do have Photoshop and a Photoshop license, but I do prefer working on the open source software. I use the Adobe suite for different stuff, like for some of the video animation and stuff like that. But for emotes, I like Krita. So yeah, these blocks are keyframes. So you can see, for instance, let's say, right, something like the arm. So this is the first keyframe. The arm has, let me check it out. The arm is this one, has that position on this frame. 3 frames after, that arm moves a little bit down. So, and then 3 frames after, it moves even more down. And then up suddenly. And stuff like that. So those are like movements that you can do, independent movements for frame by frame animations, right? Pandas, hello! How are you, pandas? You didn't know Krita could do that? Yes, Krita can make you can create animation in Krita since Krita 5, I believe. So yeah. Frame 5 or 5. Here, this one. He's very cute. The next one. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's very cute. How goes the art? Yeah, we're just chilling, pandas. This one is the cutest. This is so cute. So yeah, that's how it goes. I'm not gonna save. I'm gonna go back to my regular overlay. There you go. The gesture isolated is illegal in Germany? Which gesture? This emote gets my sub money alone. Everything else is bonus. I really like Dangil chat a lot. Dangil Tantrum was one that I think we made and animated, you know, on a stream once. Dangil Tantrum is also really good. I have a problem now with the with emote slots, because Twitch only gives us 5 slots for animation, right? And those 5 are the untouchable. Like, I can't touch those 5 emotes. Like, there's no way for me to replace one of those because they're very used. Not only in the channel, but like outside of the channel as well, and people really like them. So I can't touch any of the 5 animated emotes that we have. Yeah. Okay, baggage. If you wanna where's this?
If you want to see a god gamer, you should watch Dangil. If that's what you're looking for, you should watch Dangil then.
Yeah, it's hard. That's one of the things that I just can't replace. I just can't. Anyways, so let's continue with the bodies. Now we have the what is it? The layer called Dangil body line. Sorry, not everything's called Dangil. And now we just make the body. Like, I think the body from the sketch is good enough. This is that macro on my stream deck? Yeah, it is. It sounds like Gold is in my bedroom. Maybe he is. And our mascot is becoming chubbier and chubbier depending on the emote. So I think this body is okay for the purposes of this one. So remember, your body is going to be under the layer of the head. So we don't care of what happens here, for instance. That we don't care because it's not going to be seen, right? So we just go with the body like this. We're going to use this shape, because I think it's good. I think that's the shape we want. So it doesn't really matter too much. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. But it's going to be a little bit less. There you go. That's much better. There you go. The camera is slightly shifted. Which one? The one of the... Here? Of the... Which camera ours is? Like my camera? It's going to be adorable. Let's see. We'll see. My face cam. You mean shifted? How shifted? How is it slightly shifted? I want to know. Anyways, since this happens in the body, like we just under the head, so what we just want to do is just close this up. Doesn't really matter. The lines don't matter. It's just to have it there. Oh, that is not exactly on the edge of the screen. Yeah, that I made that on purpose. I didn't want it to have it on the edge of the screen. Sorry. And now we can complete like the details of the body, right? We know that it goes more or less like this. He's looking for something, so he's probably moving like that. And then, according to how it usually goes, it's something like this. And there you go. Now you got your body and you got your head. We need arms. And one arm will go on top of every other layer. And the other arm will go under every other layer. Like, it's gonna be the lowest and it's gonna be the highest on the list for both arms. Right? Actually, what happened? So we're gonna create 2 more layers. If you wanna create a new layer, just come here. There is a plus sign. And you can either select from time zones suck. They do. And you can select here, add a paint layer, because you're gonna paint on top of it. We're gonna rename this one. This is gonna be the one that is on top of everything. So that's his left arm. Left arm lines. And we can create immediately the other one. We're gonna move it down under the body. And this is gonna be right arm lines. There you go. So we can go with left one, which is on top of everything. And we're gonna just draw the arm. We kind of don't need to see this at the moment, so we're just gonna keep it at that. Easy peasy. Hey Jaggy, hello, hello. How are you, Jaggers? I want something like this, maybe. That's very cute. His little hands. That's not what we want. This is more what we want, so we're gonna keep it like that, and then we're just gonna remove some of the lines on the side. It should be fine. Jagger's got a fancy sword, wielder of an evader, yeah. Oh, look at his chubby hands. They're so cute. These cute little arms. Look at that. Chat. So cute. So cute. Might be molding, yeah. Nah. Pretty sure Mikey's happy deep inside. Very, very deep inside. Alright, so if you see that you have a couple of pixels that you don't like, you just can go back and delete those. You have your first hand. Da-da-da-da. Very pretty. Very, very cute. Very cute hand. You'll be quite wrong. And then the other one. Let's see how we can make this one look more or less the same, though. Right? Because the idea is for it to look more or less the same. Something like this would look okay, but I think the thumb is a little too big, so we're gonna make it smaller. Maybe something like this will look better. Not happy with this. Yeah, the hand like that is okay. I'm not so happy about the... Maybe? Oh, this is much better. Okay. Yeah, it looks like he's wearing mittens, yeah. Because it's hard, because the knight doesn't have arms. I mean, doesn't have hands, sorry. Right? He doesn't. So that's a little bit of an inconvenience. You want this, something like this. And then that's okay. We'll fix that. Nice does just fine without the hands. Yeah, that is true. You don't know about the front hand? What do you know about the I love it. I love the front hand very much, Tilda. What don't you like about it? Oh shit. He uses the mantis claws, yeah. So again, you can, if you want, you can close the arm. That doesn't really matter. It's going to be under. But it's good if for animation, just to close your thing so you can paint also faster and easier. But this is it. This is basically the emote already, right? Basically, this is what it is. And once you're done with this stage... What's that? You have a new batch? Yes, Ree, you do. You do. So once you're done with this stage, the next stage will be painting. Now, fortunately, the emotes of this channel are very simple and they're very easy to paint. But we're gonna take the colors. I do have them written somewhere, but in this case, we're gonna take the colors from another emote. Let's say Dangil chat, and that's okay. We're gonna take the colors from this guy here. What is it, Tilda? And we're gonna start with the... Jesus Christ. With the body. Where am I? I can't see. I hate when I can't see. Man, I hate when I can see shit. Alright, now I can. Good. We're gonna take the color. That's the base color. There are several ways that you can, in which you can paint your emotes. I'm gonna show you 2 ways right now. So the first thing is that you're gonna paint your body, right? So we don't need the other ones, just the body. The first thing that you can do is create a second layer, and you're gonna move that layer under the layer of your lines, right? So your lines are on top of the new layer that you're gonna use to paint. Now, what you can do here with this technique is you already have your color selected, and you're gonna start just painting, right? You can just like paint away. Try to be, within the lines. Paint away if you want, and then you can just like, kind of get rid of the excess. But that's it. So that's your base color. Now, based on this, you can take the same color that you have right here on top. And for the shadows, you can move your color a little bit to the dark. And then you just start making your dark tones or whatever, right? Something like this. And then you have like your dark tones or whatnot. That's gonna give you those colors. And if you want to do the light, then you go towards the right. And then you can have your brighter colors there or whatever, right? And that's fairly simple to do. But that's not the only way in which you can do things. There is another way for you, because in this way you are painting both. You're painting everything together in the same layer. It's your base color, your shadows, and your lights. So if you're ever gonna have to make so many any modification, then you will be modifying everything, and it's a pain in the butt. So if you wanna, let's say, future-proof, what I would recommend you do is you take the lines of the layers, the line of your body, the lines of the layer of the painting, them together and group them up. You're gonna press Ctrl G or whatever, and you're gonna group them up. And this group is gonna be body. And you have the lines inside of that group, and you have your base painting. That's your base painting. Once you have that, you're gonna create 2 more layers on top of your paint layer, but under the lines. So 2 more. For one of those is gonna be the darks, and one of those is going to be the lights. Normally I do dark light, so light on top of dark. You can rename them as well, and this will be shadows, and this could be highlights. Wait. Right? Once this is done, the easier way is you go to your shadows or to one of your new layers. You're gonna click here when it says normal. You don't want it to be normal, you want it to multiply. So it's gonna change the style of the layer. It's gonna be a multiply, meaning that it's gonna take the color down there and it's gonna multiply that color in order to make it darker, right? You keep the color you have selected is the same that down there. And now you're gonna press on this little button here, the one in the middle that is for the alpha, meaning that it will only paint if there is color under it. So since we have this layer here in this group with this color, then this layer is gonna be locked to painting things only inside of these colors. So if you take a look at this, if I don't click this, I can make these lines anywhere, right? But if I click on this, on the alpha, then I can make lines here, as you can see. I just can't. I can only make lines inside of this thing. And that is tremendously convenient in the case that you want to make some shadows, right? So now you can start making some shadows for this thing, and you don't have to worry too much about repainting in the future or anything like that, because you know, you can modify your shadows independently from the rest, right? Now your headphones are saying low battery. Ainsley, you're facing all the problems today. What is it? Is it a bad day? Is it a bad day for the stream? Ainsley? So for something like the emote, remember, too many details is not necessarily what you want. So forget about those details. You want to know where the head of the character is going to be, because you want to make those shadows as well, based on where the head is, right? Let's paint more just in case we're going to do some animation in the future that moves the head. We don't know. So something like this is okay. Maybe light doesn't come from the back, so all of this is just shadow, right? Perhaps. That's great. Hey, Captain Salts, hello, hello. How's it going? And now the same with highlights. Now with highlights, we still have the same color selected. We press on the alpha, we click on normal, but we go for screen. And that will do more or less the opposite of that. Instead of multiplying, it's going to give us like something that is a little bit lighter. So now that you go to screen, you can do something like this, for instance. And you're going to get some light in it. Right? And it's bright and shiny, baby. Bright and shiny, as you can see. Not happy with it. Okay, this is okay. Then a little bit of light here, maybe a little bit of light coming from over here. Maybe. As you can see. I shy away from any text for that reason. What? Feeling the love, everyone. Thank you. Hey, Captain Salt, we're happy to see you. It is what it is. Just add a pout. No. You found the boss you were talking about in Bloodborne, says in Bloodstained, okay. So yeah, this is more or less how you do it. Because now your highlights, your shadows, and your paint in your base color are separated. So you could even remove them like just like this. And that is fantastic in case you ever want to move things or change individual aspects of the thing, right? And now technically your body is ready. I mean, not your body, but the body of your emote is ready, right? Again, the emotes of this channel are fairly simple to do. They're very they don't have a lot of colors, so this is very, very simple to make. But think about this when you are creating your own emote, or when you want to make, you know, your own mascot for your channel maybe, or whatever you want to do. Simplify it to that point where you don't have a lot of colors, but the colors that you have contrast well, and when you don't have a lot of detail, because it won't be seen in a, you know, 56 by 56 emote. It's very small, 56 pixels. So 56 pixels is like, imagine a grid and you have 56 little squares, and that's all you can work with, right? 56 horizontal, 56 vertical, and that's all you have to do. If you refuse to imagine that, I hate you. So yeah, it's just that simple, right? It's just that simple. Don't add too many details. Use flat colors that can contrast well. And think of Twitch, if you're gonna use your emote on Twitch, that Twitch has two versions. There is the light version and the dark version. I usually work more with the dark version in mind, because that's what I use and that's what most people use. But you also need to have thick borders for the light version, particularly because the night, for instance, is white. So you need a thick line to make it pop up a little bit more, right? Now we can go with the... We don't have a mouth yet, so I guess we can make the mouth Shatterino. Maybe the mouth can be independent in another layer. You know what? Let's go just with painting the head. So, in order to... Just check the weather for today, and it's meant to be 33. Yikes. We're gonna do the same. We're gonna create a group. The group is gonna be the head. And now we're gonna start using... creating new layers. One layer is the painting, one is the shadows, one is the highlight. So let's go first with the one for the inside, for the painting, for the base colors. For the base colors, we're just gonna paint the night white. There are several ways you can use to paint in Krita as well. You can use, for instance, the fill. If you do something like fill, you know, it will use the bucket. You just use the bucket. But I'm not a fan. So, I mean, I find it more relaxing when I just paint it myself like this. When I go and take my sweet time. It is just more relaxing to me to do that. It saves time though, if you use the bucket. But I'm not interested in saving time, right? Now I can use a bigger brush. Oh shit. Use a bigger brush. And there you go. Got the head now. Got the head. We need to make Mike the bongo smash for Mike one of these days as well. Yeah, but it's gonna have the Moinks face. Now chat, oh god. Now chat, what do you think the blindfold should be? Which color should we go for the blindfold? We can test stuff in the meantime, right? Just to show you. I don't know which. Let's say this is green. This is yellow. This is yellow, for instance, right? So, what is the threshold 25? Oh yikes! No. It should be purple. Honestly, I thought you already colored in it. But the blindfold? No. Should be red. Red with hearts. White with red hearts. Okay, a stare with red hearts. Yeah. No, Captain Salts. So what I use is an open source software called Krita. It's Krita. I use it, and I also like try to tell chat how to do their own emotes as well by using it, because it's open source and there's good support for it. And yeah, it's free. You can go and download it if you want. Not sponsored, unfortunately, no. Is this Mike's early morning or late night expression? Full day. Never yellow. Rouge foncé. That's not rouge foncé, eh? So it's just someone's underwear to blindfold himself, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Captain Souls. Guys, if you have any questions about the whole process, or if I'm going too fast, or if like you were actually paying attention to it and you want to know more, ask away. Anytime. Also, you can join the Discord and ask questions there. You always get scammed. What was it that you chose? Rouge foncé. Let me see if I can pay you. Because I'm upset that it scammed you. Well, it doesn't say that it scammed you, really. I see what you asked for, and it's not in the queue. So it should be. It's in the colors, right? I imagine it is in the colors. Huh. Because it's not in the queue, really. Purple would be a good color for the blindfold. Color of the towel? Oh, it's like a pinkish kind of thing? When our knight was still super fit. Yeah, he's not fit anymore, right? Let me see. Let's check Dangil sweat and let's see that color. Let's see what the chat thinks, or maybe we can make it purple. Purple is a good suggestion. I actually like it. Because I really like purple. So we'll see. This is Dangil sweat. Dangil sweat is such a good emote. So is this pink, chat? Which color is this? Bam 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 bam. Oh shit, but I don't. Let me see something right now, Chatterino. So apparently I have to go to the profile of this person. There you go. Urpel. Is light Urpel even? Okay. Huh. Ourpel. Do you like this one, chat? For the blindfold? Is he using the Is he using that? We can remove the sketch from the background. We don't need it anymore for the moment. Wait, what happened with the color? With the... Don't tell me I painted in the wrong one, because I probably did, didn't I? Oh no, it just removed the white. What happened to the white? We had some white before, didn't we, chat? Well, we don't have it anymore. I undid it. Okay, I'm an idiot. These emotes are not useful. They are not really. But they're for the extra emphasis. You need that strength. Probably safest way to use the color at all times, yeah. So maybe, yeah, okay. So let's try with the same as the towel and see how we feel about it. How do you feel about the towel, chat? Is this okay? Or shall we make it a little bit darker? Darker, right? I think so too. Let me see if we can go a little bit darker on that one. What about this one? A darker red. Yeah, we can try it. It will be darker with the shadows. Yeah, Tilda is right. Let's go with the red. Something like this. 93% sure Mike didn't even know those emotes would turn in as big. Yeah, he didn't know. Like, when we used them the first time in his channel, he was like, why are those so big? He didn't know yet. It's a premium RGB animated emote that cycles through the colors. We can actually make that. It wouldn't be too difficult, really. A bit more toward the blue tint. You mean with this kind of red, but towards like the blue tint? Because we can go, yeah. But then it will be brownish. And towards here might be like maybe too wine. Well, it's not bad, really. Really not bad. Wouldn't it look too much like Ryu from Street Fighter? Would it be too Ryu-ish? You like this one too? Yeah, I like it. I like it. I think it's too dark because we're gonna have dark too for the shadows of the thing. So it might be too dark. But if it's something like, yeah, if it's something like this, I think with the dark is gonna work well. I think. It does have a white head. That is true. That is very true. Just for... oh shit. I was gonna say just for reference, but... or mayhaps not. Yeah, let's color in the head first. Stop it. Okay. Let's color in the head. So we can have the full picture, right? By the way, the best way of using your tablet as well is one of your hands is always going to be busy with the keyboard because you're using keybinds all the time or like shortcuts all the time. That's very important for you to rotate, zoom in, zoom out, right? For all that kind of stuff, you're gonna using your eraser. So you want to create some shortcuts or memorize the shortcuts that are already in Krita and then use the ones that, you know, you're interested in. You like the purple more. Oh no, we're gonna have to make a poll, chat. We're gonna have to pull it up. But it's gonna be an unriggable poll. I'm not gonna take your bribes, chat. It's not gonna be a pay to win. Dark Orchid. Oh, nice. Democratic painting, yeah. Yes, the core of all artworks, Democratic Committee. Yeah. Spot gets it. Yeah. Alright. We cannot unsee it. Cesar is not wrong. Actually funny. Alright, now let's check something like... but is this purple, chat? I don't know what purple is. Ooh, wait. I kind of like this one, chat. Let me see. Ooh, I like this color, chat. Damn, I like this color, son. Damn, son. We're gonna do half and a half, and then chat is gonna decide. the future of this night.
Thank you for the word, the Cessa.
Thank you. Okay. Let me remove the sketch from the back. No, well, maybe we'll keep the background. All right, chat. You are going to decide the color of the blindfold. Okay? What's put? Both at the same time looks interesting. But is it, we're not gonna have this artistic conversation right now. Definitely purple. Purple for Snoopy. Okay. Why do I call you Snoopy? Spoopy. Also because it's November. That's why. New poll. Question. Which color for the fold? For the blind fold? Red or purple? So which color for the blindfold, red or purple? No geos this time, and no. Oh, you can't allow bits anymore for polls. That's cool. There is no way to scam in your chat. Awesome. Purple. Okay, here you go, chat. You got a poll. Go ahead. Now, go on ahead. Show respect and listen carefully. Where's my poll? There you go. Most important in voting for the president. Chat, there is a poll. Which color for the blindfold? You can see it on screen and you can select the one that you prefer. Remember that whatever happens to this emote is connected directly to what happens to this channel in the foreseeable future. It's all finances as well. Nominate Spot for president of this channel. I concede. Spot, do you want to be the president of the channel? It seems like inflation. We need to control Mike and Yazzie and their geo inflation. Do you think you can handle it? Mike, are you in the hundreds of thousands? You spent all your geo on Dogecoin. No. Bro, what happened to the game? What was it? The stocks game, the one that scams people with prices, second hand. GameStop. 16.6. Why are you so poor? As of right now, the color should be a gradient of 75% purple, 25% red. That's actually not a bad idea. The problem is that will make everyone angry instead of everyone happy. Right? Because good intentions mean nothing. As soon as you can, you buy the free sub. Yeah, you're the only one who buys the free sub. That is true. You're very, very generous. I'm not the only one, but one of the few people. As long as your first action can be the dissolution of the legislature and judiciary, sure. That means, like, do we have to close the channel for good? It is a fair compromise, just politics, no one gets what they want. Yeah. So no one is happy in the end, right? So purple won, Chatterino. So it's gonna be like a Twitch version, I guess. Alright, then purple it is, chat. Then purple it is. Never mind, make it red? What do you mean? It's not purple, it's our pull now. You joking? Never mind, I changed my mind. Could you please do it yellow? Thank you. Fuck me. It's like asking a room full of people which restaurant to visit. Now the funny thing is that we could actually just change it very easily. Let's say that we wanted I don't know which color, like orange. Is this orange? I guess it is orange, right? Binary Dragon, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Look at this beauty, chat. Did you consider orange? It's gonna be for Halloween, though. We could actually animate it to switch colors, Captain Souls, yeah. Only the Dutch wear orange. Hey, I'm a proud Belgian resident with a bunch of Dutch speakers. How are you, Binary Dragon? Welcome in. Good to see you. It's kind of sick, but our pool is better. Alright, so let's go back to our poll. There you go. It is pretty sick. I have to admit, it's pretty sick. But have you considered, chat, have you considered even green? Is this green, chat? I need you to tell me. I'm colorblind. That looks amazing. Of course, Jackie is not biased. That's nice. Completely tough mother with that orange, yeah. Luna, don't tell me that now you want green. Totally unbiased, yeah. Green pole, like. You're too funny. Green poll. Okay, we're gonna keep this one because this one is the one that won the poll, right? Yes, we're gonna go with we're gonna go to that right now. So remember, we created 2 extra layers. The one for the on the bottom is for the shadows. The one on top is for the highlights. We're gonna apply the alpha so we don't paint outside of the thing. And the one for the shadows, we're gonna go to multiply, and the one for the highlights, we go for screen. Right? Stop making us hesitate. I think it looks awful. What looks awful? Which one looks awful? Jaggy. Oh, now I want to know. The purple? Oh, the color orange. Oh, okay. That's still this color. Oh, that green was still this color? Thank you, Cesar. Yeah, I had no idea. Alright, so we have this color now, and we are on this layer that is multiply. So anything we paint here, it's gonna be darker. It's gonna be the color that we selected, but darker. It's the same way that we did the shadows for the body, right? So here you go. We assume that since, as you can see here, right? We assume that the light comes... Shit, that was a little bit too thick. We assume that the light comes from here. And from here, right? From the front is where the light comes. So if we assume that the light comes from the front, then we know that this part is probably with a little bit of shade, right? Oh, he's very thick, yeah. He's a thick boy. So if we assume that... Oh my god, no. We assume that we know something like this, probably. Should be where our shadow should come from. Right? Something like that. Music be good. Really. And perhaps we want something that covers this part here. a little bit. We're going to remove this, don't worry. Looks good. It looks pretty good, yeah. I have to admit. We want something coming from here, just a little bit. Not too much. And the same for this line right under. Not too much again, because we're gonna have some highlights here. So now we go to the highlights one. Same color selected, which is the base one, the one in the middle. Now, since some light comes from here, we need some light coming from the side. And then finally some light here. It should be something... Nah, I don't like the last one, so we're gonna remake it. Something like this. Right? Maybe even a little bit of this right. Yeah. And there you go. But now we need the shade for the head. A little bit of details. And for the head, we need to make it a little bit darker. So we have this in capital letters. Again, fortunately, our emote mascot is really simple. So... So we need to make it, I'm thinking now. It should be rounder though. Yeah, I think this is okay. We also need some shadow from here. Shit. Under the eyes, right? Under the blindfold. But that's kind of shaky. We're gonna do it again. That'll be better. Can you add silly eyes underneath the blindfold that we don't see in the finished emote? No. I mean, no. Because... Yeah, I could. Let me do that for you. I have to duplicate this. But I'm pretty sure I can. So, for instance, in this one, and this one doesn't have this. And if this one doesn't have the blindfold, I technically could create something here, I guess. But then the lines of the blindfold will always be there. That's a problem. They will always be there. But I could. Sorry. You find it hard to draw something that looks good in emote size. Yes, we were discussing that a little bit earlier because it's one of the things that you gotta be careful and you gotta prepare in advance, right? So the advice is create first. Think that your emote is gonna be most of the times seen in 56 by 56 pixels, right? Which is not a lot. In the best case scenario, you're going to zoom into it because of BTV or whatever, and it's going to be 112 by 112 or 120 by 120 if you're in 7TV. So the main recommendation is work bigger, but not too big. So I would recommend people start working their emotes on a canvas of 500 by 500, maybe 600 by 600 is okay. If you really know what you're doing, you can go 800 by 800. And with that, I would say for the internals of the emote, for the lines inside, having like a maximum of 6 pixels is okay for the lines. For the external lines, having a maximum of like 10 to 11 is really good. You make them thicker on the outside, the lines are thicker on the outside of the emote and between contrasting colors because you want those colors and those shapes to pop up. That is the first thing. Now, another thing is you want simple shapes, flat colors. You don't want a lot of detail because it becomes really hard to read. So try to make it simple shapes, solid colors, and those try to make them not to be too close to each other because that amount of detail will be lost. And it's not your fault. Your art might be okay. It's just that the format of the emote is so small that inevitably those pixels will get combined. And that's what happens, right? That's why sometimes you find on Twitch many emotes that they're good ideas, but they're poorly executed because you cannot read them when they are in emote size. And that happens more often than not. Also, work always on much more than you're gonna show. So, like this case, you're gonna. I'm working on almost the entire night, but the emote in reality is gonna be probably cropped to this, right? I'm just gonna use this part for the emote, probably, not all of this body down here, and probably not the whole the 2 horns. This is not necessary. Yes, Tilda, but there are contrasting colors between the details, and also there is space between them too, so they don't get merged into a couple of pixels. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Like, any questions, just let me know, for sure. It's my first playthrough of art, yeah, Orsus. No, because I could, yeah. We need more art for the Be Right Back screen. That is absolutely true, Tilda. We need more art for the Be Right Back screen. So anyways, here we're pretty much done on the lower part of the head. With the shadows, but we are going to continue now with the upper part of the head, which is also going to be like a bunch of shadow. Because the light comes from the front mostly. Right? And then we're going to have something like this. However, it's going to be a little bit tricky because even though it comes from the side, it doesn't really reach the entirety of the horns. But it does catch the backside. Right? And probably this part as well. Probably. The same here, but the opposite. You take this side and you take a little bit here on the top. And then it's much simpler now. And finally... No, it's probably too thick for what I want. Yeah, much better. It's far more... Yeah, because that wasn't supposed to be an emote at first. It was just supposed to be just like a photo of you, and then it became an emote, I think. That's what happened to most of your emotes, to be fair. So yeah, head is ready. Zooming in further, and yet here we are. Alright, now we're gonna do the same with the arms. Remember, you create a group, and this group will be front arm. And you're gonna create a couple of layers. Couple meaning 3. One for the painting, one for the highlights, one for the shadows. So shadows and highlights. This is shadows. Shadows go to multiply. Highlights go to screen. And the one for the painting. Now, which color do we use with the knight? This is the base color. So that's what we're gonna use for this arm. And then paint away. Yes, the original one is, I think it's a poster size. Not that I totally got the poster myself and is behind the lights that you see on the screen. No, that's not the case, but, you know, a friend told me. There you go. Honestly, you buy that, yeah. It's so cute. We're gonna do the same thing for the other arm. So we're gonna create a group here, and this is gonna be back arm, and in here we're gonna paste those, and in here we're gonna just delete this one, and we're gonna paint this arm. You see Mike's face in buzzes and shoulders all over the cities everywhere. It's and all the billboards. That'd be cool. That's gonna happen once Mike becomes famous for his music. You're gonna see that. Alright, now we go shadows. And same thing applies. I guess we go a little bit of shadow here. And a whole lot here. Because our friend is Chobbers. I mean, a little bit from down there as well. I think it will be okay if we have something more curved. It's a little bit more sense, yeah. Mic boards instead of billboards, yeah. Right, something like that. Remember, it doesn't really matter, like, he has no hands originally, so we're just, like, making this happen somehow, but this shouldn't be happening, really. Thank you, Tilda. And this is probably all shadows. Oh, damn, it's gonna rain. Gonna rain. How do we handle the shadow here, though? Gonna take that one, and then it's probably gonna be a smaller one, but it gets bigger here. How is he using the nail? That's a very good question. I have no idea, but he does it. He manages. And I think that's a scam. Chad, do you like it? Slowly fading into sleep. Oh. You love it? Awesome. How are you, banana? Let me remove the color from the head and let me get our sketch, because we already had a good mouth there, I think. So we're gonna copy that mouth. Where's the body? Yeah. I like that mouth. What do you think of that expression, Chad? That's a good expression. Ine. Ine. Nah. That's too sad. It does work, though. I think. What about an open mouth? Oh shit. What about an open mouth? A smile. Okay, let's try. Let's try a smile. Something like this? The subscribers get that emote. This one? I don't know. You like it? I don't know yet. Usually we decide at the end, Banana, what we do with it. But if you can't see all the emotes of the channel, we have over 60 emotes or something like that. They are mostly on BTTV and 7TV. So if you have 7TV, you can use all of those. Most of those are free for people to also use them in their channels. If you have a Twitch channel, you can use them. And 7TV allows you to use alias. So you don't even have to keep the name Dangil something if you don't want to, if you think it's a branding thing. Looking a bit thick? Yes, it's like the chat one or like the... What's the other one that is thick? We have a couple of thick ones. Oh, Gib. Gib is very thick. A mouth like that, Tilda. So chat likes this mouth, right? Let's try... How is that mouth, Tilda? I don't even know. Let me see. Oh, it's terrible. It's like... Let's try many mouths. Oh no, my body. Let's try many mouths and then poll. It's not even doing it anymore. God damn it. The sideways A-shaped mouth. Yes, let's do a Ninja Turtles one. Let's try that one. Wasn't like a Ninja Turtles, they were like... It was something like... It was something like... Right? It was something like that. It was like... Not the Ninja Turtles, no. No, not that one. Okay, not that one then. Let me see what else we can do. Fuck the turtles. Keep them with a layer for the poll? Oh no, but I wasn't serious. Okay. Alright, so let's start with mouth number 1. We said it was something like sad, right? It was like... That one is not good. Not a good angle. It was something like this, right? Or better. Yeah, this one. So this one is the first one. Let's do talk lips. This one. Then.
Helmadelka.
Kazu! Kazu, thank you so much. Thank you for the 2 months. Enjoy the emotes, Kazu. This one, yes. Okay, so there's this one. Let's go for the next one. There is... That one looks just weird. There is this one. Right? Then the next one should be... Wait. How are we gonna make this one, chat? This one. just keep it without a mouth. That could also be. And there's this one. Yes, that one. God damn it, chat. Senor Knight. then Till said one like struggling. Because it could be one like for real, like lost, right? Like put him out like that. Like lost. Right? Then, like, finally something. Like this. Okay, so we got a couple of serious ones and a couple of not so serious ones. I don't think I'm gonna give chat all the power this time because chat's gonna troll the poor knight. But I like this one. But we're gonna check them out. Okay, chat. Here it goes. Let me remove the background. So this is the emote, chat. This is what we've made, what we've done today, right? That's the emote. And these are the mouths. So that's the first one. Then we have this one. I also like this one. There is this one. Why this one though? There is this one, which is just the smilers. I also like the smilers. There is the ooh face, the ooh mouth. There is this one, which is the Kither one. And there is the Satch one, like the one that originally was planned for the emote. The Smoochies one, yeah. I can't make a poll baggage because I know that everyone's gonna troll. And then you're gonna give a terrible mouth to the knight and I will feel pressured. There's also no mouth. I am inclined for this one, honestly. And we can paint it. You like the Smiler one? The Smiler one is also good. I also like it. Promise not to troll. Uh-huh. The Smiler one is really good. He's like fucking truly lost. This is really lost. I like the mustache. Where's the mustache? What about... Okay, so what about this one right here? Like this. I'm in danger, senor. But honestly, like, this could work for any of the mouths. Like, look at this. Look at that. Well, maybe not for that one, but... Mustache and smooshies will be good. This one can also be moved a little bit. Put it like here so it makes much more sense. Oh, that's... Yeah, I think I like this one, chat. I think this one is my fab. I think we're gonna keep this one. I like that he's lost and he's just smiling at it. Yeah, I like that idea, Tilda. He's not too stressed now. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to find his way. You know, it's okay. That's normal. But also, we usually add a couple of details for our knights here in the channel. And he's got, like, some details on... under his eyes. But the problem with this is it might be seen as eyes. So we're gonna avoid those, I think. But we're gonna have the rosy cheeks, yeah. The front hand more rounded on the bottom? Yes, I can, Tilda. I absolutely can. Cute. Okay, so the front arm, right, Tilda? Let me duplicate that. Front arm 2. So more rounded at the bottom. The hand... Tilda, the hand or the arm? The hand. Okay, so something like... Shit. So something like... Something like this? And then the arm coming from it? This is just a test, all right? Maybe? Yeah, honestly, it doesn't look bad. Too short? What do you mean too short? We can compare them now. No short kings, yeah. You don't know anymore, okay. I like it. Tilda, I don't think there's a problem right there. With what you suggested. I think what you suggested is good. I like it even. Yeah, it looks cute. Alright, now that we have completed our knights, what we do is we take the outlines as well. And we're gonna make lines a little bit thicker, like the lines that we want to be contrasting on the outside. We want them like obviously thicker, so we're gonna be doing that right now. Almost Lego hands? Almost Lego hands. You don't like them, Tilda? Do you want me to change them? I can do that if you want. And all we do is just make them a little bit thicker, the ones on the outside. So the emote's gonna be more readable. At the mustache? I mean, no, it doesn't look good. It doesn't make sense also for the channel thing, I guess. I mean, for the character of the channel. And all you're doing here, Chatterino, is making these lines a little bit thicker. That's all you care about at this point. That's all you care about at this point. That was very sloppy, so don't do that. But something like this is okay. So kawaii. Hey Yazzie, hello. Need to be a little bit more like this. Nah, I don't like that one. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And it's just for the outlines. Like, you don't want to do it for the entire drawing because you don't want the same thickness for the internal lines of the drawing, because that only will mess up with how it looks and the visibility of it then on Twitch. It's just for the external thing. Think of it as stickers. And you want that extra border, right? That's something you want. So, as you can see right there. Just confused because since it normally has no hands. Yeah, but it needs hands for this emote. Or at least I think it does. We can check without any hands still though. We're thick. Yeah, we're very thick. That's on purpose. All of that's on purpose. There you go. This line is already thick enough. I don't think we need to make it thicker. Maybe a little bit, but not necessarily. It's because you don't want to make it shaky like I just did there. So. I don't know about that. That's a little better. Here you go. I haven't played F-Zero in such a long time, chat. There you go. What a cute boy. But let's do suggested, and let's eliminate then the hands. So how do we do it? If it has no hands, how do we do it then? I have no idea. Something like this, I guess. Maybe? Wait. Where's that from, though? From here. This song is so good, chat. But now it doesn't make sense that it has this. Yeah, I don't know about this now. I feel like he doesn't need the shadow anymore. You're shaky. Yeah. It'd be just weird. Now it's phallus. Yeah, it's very phallic now. That is true. Also, that is not necessarily how we do the arms always. So that's also something that could be, I guess, changed. Because normally the arms that we draw for him are like very simple. He does have just like these kind of beans only. That's what he has, just the beans. But then it looks like Gib again, right? Kinda? Maybe, maybe not. It's just the beans, not the beans. Yes, the beans. Not the beans. Should I put a scarf around his eyes? Yeah, that would have been easier, I think. So, let me see. No, not this. Like easier, I guess, and then. Okay, chat. I need your serious input here. We have. Let me remove the back arm. Oh shit, we can't. Okay, serious input, chat. Bean arm or previous hand like this? This is the bean. This is the hand. Hand in your opinion. I'm gonna keep my opinion for the end. It's better to have the first variant with the hand. You think the hands look more fitting? Okay. The bean is Diaz of Kringe. I also prefer the hands for this version. I think with the beans is not bad. It's just it doesn't capture the entire idea, in my opinion. It's easier to see. Yeah, that's why I sketched it like that. So we're gonna keep the hands. So are we happy, chat? Are we happy with the new emote, DangilBlind? Let's save. I like that he's so lost. You're not happy because there's no mustache. Okay. You're happy with the new one. Nice. Super happy. Alright. The thumb is upper on the back hand. The thumb is upper on the back hand. Yes. To the list right. Okay, let me try and change that. That is also because of perspective, but you're right. No. Not happy with this one either. Very epic music, yeah. Will he first try the boss? The answer will surprise you. Maybe it's too packed. What do you mean packed? What is packed? I don't understand what packed means. The thumb is a little too thin now, okay. Ah, this is the highlight. Another nail smith. I'm trying to find the right thing. Is it better now, chat? I think we need to do this like this. Something like that will work, and I think... Well, fuck me. Something like this would work. Much better. Some highlights a bit too thick. That might be true. That's something that we can correct fairly easy. Fairly easy. Looks good, except for the fact that it has no mustache. Okay. Tilda, you told me that it was too packed and you never explained what packed was. What is packed? I do think it's been improved, yeah. Too close to the hand. Okay. I get it now. It was almost a ball. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Is it better now? I think it's very cute. It's very silly, but it's very cute. And so let's say that you are done with your emote, right? And what do you do now? Because you want to upload it or you want to do something with it. And the first thing is that you need to... You think it's happy? Yes, it's happy. It's people happy. Can we get a 2-page interpretation of this emote after it's done? Yes, I'm expecting that on the Discord. So everyone needs to submit a 10-page essay on these emotes and its inference in our daily lives from now on. Thank you. Add the mustache? I will not add the mustache. I mean, no, I will not add the mustache. This one? It is funny though. Look at that. It's perfect now. No, I'm not gonna pull the mustache. Anyways, so what do? And the idea is that you never really know until you try how it works on Twitch or something like that. But you have to decide first. If it's gonna be on Twitch, then it's 112. But you don't need to resize or anything. You can just send it there, and as long as it's squared, Twitch is gonna resize it. If it's gonna be 7TV, it's 120 by 120. But also they will resize and they will transform to WebM. So that's a different format as well. But you're going to upload this on PNG, right? What I normally do is I would just export as a regular PNG, which is transparency included, right? Here, if you want, you can select certain options for color, and the alpha channel is also something you want there to make transparent, because you don't want to have any background. If you want to resize it from Krita, you can do it. I normally resize from CorelDRAW because it's a little bit faster for the way I work on, and it allows me to see it better. So I just go to my regular CorelDRAW file, and I just come here, and I create a square, a perfect square, of more or less the size that I think I'm gonna need. And then starting from there, I can actually just resize the square, and then that's gonna be the emote, for instance. If that's gonna be the emote, or if this is gonna be the emote, then all I have to do is just put it inside the cube, and that's it. I have my emote. I think this looks good. I think this should be okay for what the emote is about. And then we are going to export it as emote size. And this is going to be going into emote. Since we're going to upload it to 7TV, probably we're not going to be resizing. But if we were uploading to something with a specific size, then here is the moment when you resize it to 120 or 112 or whatever. I'm just going to keep it at this. This is fine. And I know 7TV is going to do it for us. So chat, this is a 7TV emote for sure. I don't think this is a tier 1 emote. We don't have enough slots since affiliates only have a certain number of slots, and all of our slots are already full. We are not gonna be able to upload it to Twitch unless we replace one of the tier 1. But tier 1 emotes are very competitive in this channel. Last time we removed one, I think we removed the Copium emote, because people were not using that enough, and we uploaded the Pout emote, and Pout happened to be very popular, so we are not going to remove it. I don't think we have any slots on tier 1 for any new emotes, unfortunately, because something I want to see is the Lurk emote. Our Lurk emote is an emote that I fucking love, but there is just no space for it, and unfortunately we can't have more slots unless you're a partner with a gazillion sub points. So yeah, not gonna happen. Yeah, Baggage, I think it's right. Let's check which emotes do we have for tier 1. Now let me see, because you always forget as well. Let me see emotes. So we have this here. Okay, chat, I'm gonna show you. And then we have also follower emotes here. So here you go. These are our, sorry. These are our emotes right now. These are the emotes that we have in the channel right now. So for tier 1, is this one's right here. This is for tier 1. We have the sweat, shrug, awe, study, pout, H, comfy, cut, and sip. They're so freaking new. All of them are very much used. That it would be hard to remove one of here. For the animated, well, that's not the question. Tier 2 and tier 3, nobody uses this, only me. So that's why I keep this ones here, because this is for my own use. So, not gonna lie, is one of the ones that I wanted to be tier 1, but I believe people decided it was better to keep it as a follower emote. So it's a follower emote. So yeah. It's not very used, honestly, but also because follower emotes are not very used. You'd see people here and there when they are not subscribed, they use flower and they will use easy. I love flower. Flower is really, really good. But smog is one of my favorites as well, and it's also not too used. So it's hard, you know? Yeah, Tilda. So I think blind, at least for the moment, is gonna have to go to 7TV. Because the problem with follower emotes, and it's nice to have them for your followers, but the problem is that they can't be used in any other channel, right? So they're only useful here, so that's a little bit of a problem. So we're gonna have to use them in 7TV. We're gonna have to go 7TV. Let me do that real quick. Let me add the emote. Yeah. So we have a new emote, chat. It's very cute. Blind. Hollow. Night. Lost. And it's gonna be DangilBlind. Let me see. And there you go. Should be now usable in chat. Let me refresh my chat screen. The chat box. Okay. Can you guys use it now? Oh, it looks so cool. It actually looks very cool. It's very visible too. It's really good, chat. I really like it. I really like it. I think we made the right choice with the purple for the blindfold. What do you guys think? It was pretty sick. And it's free to use in 7TV. If you are a Twitch streamer and you like it, you want to use it, go ahead, go use it. It's fine. You can also use the alias and use a new name for it. It's fine. As long as you don't re-upload it as your work, I'm fine with it. Yeah. No stats. Yeah, no stats, unfortunately. The right option was outvoted. The right option. Oh, Kiz is here. Hey, Kiz, now hello. So yeah, that's about it for the blind one. Do we have any more ideas for another emotes in the future, chat? Hey, Go, hello, hello. You wanna play something? Do you wanna play some what is it? Droy or something like that? I don't know. Art guess game? How is that? How does that work? Dangil not is a good idea as well. How Dangil not will be? How would that be? What would that be, I guess? Because I think Sarah, earlier, she mentioned something about having Quirrell for a new emote. I just forgot which emote he was referring to. Right? Oh, okay. So binoculars, but with Quirrell. That'll be funny. That'll be actually funny.